Redland, Florida, or better known as the Redlands, an agricultural community in Miami-Dade, a completely different side of Miami. I'm Angie Blanco, a realtor here in Miami, Florida with One Path Realty, and in this video we're going to be talking all things Redland, so the types of homes we see here, the variety of things to do in the Redlands, and a little bit of its history because it is packed with it. So the Redlands is actually only about 20 miles southwest from downtown Miami. Believe it or not, it is so close but yet so different. Here we more commonly see homes sitting on a couple of acres of land, if not more, as opposed to central Miami where a 7,500 square foot lot is considered expansive. And since the majority of the Redlands is zoned for agricultural use, this means that a lot of homes here can also use their land to grow produce or have farm animals or just have a lot of lush vegetation like a plant nursery. We can find homes in the Redlands ranging from the low 500s all the way to $3 or $4 million and even higher than that. There's actually a house in the Redlands with a moat that some of you might have heard about. And I apologize, I said a house, I should have said a castle. It's called Chateau Artisan, and it is a beautiful construction on over 13 acres of land, designed and built by the highly respected Miami architect Charles Seeger. It was actually listed a few years back in 2012 for $12.8 million, but didn't end up selling. And this is the only house here of its kind, but it just goes to show you the potential of the Redlands. I can't imagine a house with a moat anywhere else in Miami. Can you? I didn't think so. There's also new construction communities being built in the Redlands because it continues to grow and expand as more people continue to move down in search of a different lifestyle or of a more remote lifestyle. Now, as far as things to do in the Redlands, there is really never a dull moment. If you love being outdoors, you know, surrounded by delicious tropical fruit, by animals, and by nature, then the Redlands will really be a treat for you. We have the Fruit and Spice Park, which is a botanical garden paradise of 37 acres of hundreds of varieties of fruit and flowers and veggies and nuts and so much more. There's the Schnebley's Redlands Winery, where wines are actually made from all types of different local fruit rather than grapes. Isn't that something? There is the Tropical Village Farm, where you can grab a fresh fruit smoothie, the Redland Golf and Country Club, Monkey Jungle, Collie Square, a really charming historic village, the very popular Nosberry Farm, where the richest, most iconic melt-in-your-mouth cinnamon rolls have been made ever since 1956. So if your New Year's resolution is to eat clean, you'll need to make an exception for these, but it'll be well worth it. There are just countless activities in the Redlands that anyone can enjoy either solo or with their friends and family. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy picking fresh strawberries or petting super cute animals like this one? Hey! Whenever I have the pleasure of driving through the Redlands, I take it all in. It is a breath of fresh air and a completely different world, and it's not even that far away from the city life of Miami. When I'm there, I really have to think hard about returning back home to Kendall. Just kidding, just kidding. I love where I live in Kendall, but the Redlands is truly something special, and more so again if you love being outdoors and if you're just looking for a slower paced lifestyle. By the way, I actually made a video on Kendall, so if you're interested in learning about that area too, I'll link it right up here and in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. And lastly, a little bit of the Redlands history because it is packed with it. So the first boom really happened in the early 1900s, and that's when farmers and settlers started moving down here because they noticed how rich the soil was for farming. But when they got to digging, they quickly found that a lot of that soil wasn't everywhere. It was actually a lot of rock and limestone, which they couldn't grow anything in. So they literally had to start dynamiting holes to break down these rocks and to have more soil to farm. And this is actually how the Redlands got its name of Redland, because they saw how red the soil was from how much iron it had in it. So the name Redland was born. Get it? Red land? Seems appropriate to me. And because of the Redlands' tropical climate and rich soil, because of the iron content, a lot of the fruit that's grown here, even today, like mangoes, avocado, passion fruit, jackfruit, and so many more, actually aren't grown anywhere else in the US, unless you have a tree in your backyard or in your neighbor's yard. And so some of these farms that were established back in the early to mid 1900s are still running today. And I think that is so cool because it's as if history was merging with the present. So even though it's 2022, when you go to some of these places, in some weird way, it still feels like 1956. So now that we've explored a little bit of the Redlands, do you think it's somewhere you'd like to be? If you're still questioning it, or you're just not sure, watch my Kendall video right here to see if that's a better fit for you. Happy watching, and I will see you on the next one.